we're going to talk about Weapons. And Weapons is a movie for sure. Mm. I want you to go first because if I'm being honest with you, I don't know how to review this movie. And I'll explain that in a second, but you go first.
All right, so we're going to do spoiler-free first.
Spoiler-free.
We're going to do spoiler-free first.
Everyone dies. To the movie, everyone dies. Thanos shows up, snaps everyone away, and that's it.
I apologize for
sorry.
JDB spoiling.
Oh, did I spoil the movie? My fault. My fault.
No. That's
and
not
then Nick Fury shows up with all the kids, and he's like, "I'm making a team."
And the Hulk destroys the house.
Yeah, exactly.
But Weapons was incredible. It was incredible. I like whenever I'm doing these trailer reactions, I always say I don't like watching second trailers, and I'm so glad I didn't watch anything after that teaser. I avoided it, but this movie does a good job of playing into its mystery. It does a good job of building up, having people wonder what the heck is going on, and that's what I loved. Because the second time I watched it with two friends, and the whole time they're complaining about the different point of views that you're seeing, and it's not really explaining what's really going on. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, now I really appreciate this movie more because it's a build up for the grand finale, and I love that. But this movie does a good job of testing your paranoia and also like scaring the crap out of you, like really good. But I just really loved those point of views. I really loved like the switch. I know a lot of people are going to complain about it, but it was my favorite part of the movie. Because there were so many times it felt like you were getting too close to the truth. And I was like, oh, we're about to get it. And next thing you know, next. And I was like, yes, okay, keep having me guess.
The super cool text, it's like, Josh. And then like now you're in Josh's perspective.
I'm like, yo, keep me guessing. That's what I love. But it just felt like, it felt so original, but it also felt so like, not unknown. It was just, I just felt so good that I didn't know exactly what was going on.
Yeah, it didn't feel cliche.
It didn't feel cliche. That's a perfect word.
Yeah.
That's a perfect word right there. But before we get into spoilers and Isaiah's review, I just want to say, as much as I loved it, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I know the way I'm talking about it should be a 9 or a 10, but I did give it an 8 out of 10. I'm just gonna
Dang it, you didn't help me, bro. I'm still lost. I'm still confused. All right.
I want to hear what you have.
All right, I got this.
Spoiler free.
All right. Here's my spoiler-free review of Weapons. It's a movie I am having a hard time putting into words how I felt. Because what I can say off the jump is I think it's incredible. Like you said, it's super unique. It's freaking weird. It like keeps you on your toes. The horror, which I personally love, is super drawn out. It's so drawn out. Like they freaking like, without spoiling anything, it'll be like guy walks in house, guy looks around house. Something should happen at some point and nothing happens until something finally happens. That's good horror to me. Personally, I think that's great horror because I'm never ready for the scare. Never. I was sitting there during the movie. I'm a grown man. I'm 20 years old. I'm sitting there like this. Like trying to cover my eyes when I don't want. And I'm like trying to look. I'm just like, all right, and I'm still getting scared. Gosh, this movie like had me by the throat the entire time. I was so just terrified through all of its twists and turns. My one knock is I actually did figure out what was going on super early. And I'll explain why later. But I don't think the movie is cliche. I think what I did like is that the movie felt very like simple. It wasn't confusing, but I didn't like a thing they do where it like kind of gave away what was happening. Anyways, that's something I want to say. I liked how simple the movie was. When you get to like the explanation of things, you're not like, wait, what? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's very clear. It's very easy to understand. And it's not this overly complicated thing that you're going to be theorizing about on how everything works, you know? It's just, oh, that's what it is. Okay. Like, that makes sense. And I really appreciated that because I wasn't expecting this movie to have that. So I appreciated its simplicity, but I loved how unique it was. And I think it's like Zach Cregger kills it on the horror front with his very drawn out, slow, unpredictable horror. He's so great at that. And I need to watch Barbarian now. And he's making a Resident Evil movie, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do with that. So needless to say, my score is pending, and I want to talk about spoilers a little bit, but I'm between an 8 or a 9.
Gotcha.
Because I think while I can't think of a flaw for this movie outside of that one little thing that they did where I was like, oh, I caught on really fast. This movie has very little flaws from a writing perspective, from a character perspective, from a editing perspective. I love the multiple perspectives, and I love when it shifts. Like, I think that's such a unique take. It felt like a Stranger Things episode, or excuse me, it felt like a season of Stranger Things where you like have all these different things going on, and then at the end it just like kind of flows together perfectly.
That's a very good comparison.
Yeah, like it worked so freaking well, and I think I like all the like little hints that they give about the characters. The characters weren't like super fleshed out, but they give you just enough information to understand why they do what they do. Yeah. And I really appreciated that because I don't think a movie like that needs this, but it did. And I just think, again, from a writing perspective, it was brilliant. So I think I'm gonna settle on a 9. I think I'm gonna say it's a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Because it's a freaking great freaking movie. And in the same way I walked out of Sinners and I was like, I can't give this a 10 because I just don't think it's one of those movies for me. I think this holds the same here because I'm not a horror guy. Yeah. I'm not a horror guy. So I think Sinners is the closest I'd give a horror movie to a 10. This is like a solid 9. Yeah. Where I'm just like, I'm not a big horror guy and the movie stressed me out and I'm freaking going home and I'm driving home and I'm looking at my back seat and I'm like I'm not trying to die. I don't like horror movies, but I watch them anyway. And this was one of the ones that I'm not upset that I watched because it was 100% worth the watch and everyone should go watch this movie.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
Let's get into spoilers.
Here we go.
Let me say, I want to say what I'm referencing really fast. So, 17 kids run away. You know, like 17 kids run away. They're freaking gone. They tell you what happened early in the movie. So when Benedict Wong's character and his husband are watching, I'm assuming husband or boyfriend, I don't know if they were married, they just live together, partner, sitting in the house watching the TV, they freaking show like the ants and the cordyceps. And I was like, it's a reference because they're being like freaking like hypnotized and it's like they're being controlled. Like, dang it. Like, why'd you show me that? Like, that's something that was a very blatant foreshadow.
Oh, well. I kind of figured that's what was going on.
Well, I just kind of like at that point I was like, is there gonna be like a different twist? Is there like something else that I'm not seeing, you know? But again, what I liked was the fact that it was simple and it was like, no, it's like kind of exactly what like we're like kind of like laying the groundwork of. Like what we're foreshadowing is what it is. It's not like we're gonna get to the end and it's like creepy old lady who's secretly a freaking wizard or whatever. I guess she kind of was like a witch.
Wasn't heavy.
But like, I mean, like an alien or something. And like, because can I tell you? So my theory going into this movie was it was aliens.
Yes.
I thought it was gonna be like, oh, like these aliens are controlling these people and they're weaponizing them. I was so confident that's what it was gonna be. So I was waiting for it. And then once it kind of showed like the cordyceps like parasite thing, it wasn't too long after they kind of tell you what happens, like what's going on. Oh yeah, she literally within 3 minutes shows you exactly what she's doing. And I just like kind of would have rather watched like they get rid of the TV scene and just have her do the ritual thing. Because then I would have been like, what's she doing? Like, no, you know? But at that point I'm like, oh man, like, okay, she's going to do that and it's going to do this and it's going to control them. But that scene was freaking brutal, and it was awesome.
That was unbelievably disturbing, bro.
Yeah.
That was unbelievably disturbing. But just like you, I thought it was going to get to an alien point. Because she was giving me... What's that game called? The Killer Clowns from Outer Space or something? It was the way she...
The movie?
Huh?
The movie?
Well, it's going to be a video game too.
Oh, yeah, they did like the...
movie. My bad. It was a movie.
Game already came out, and it was fine, and no one played it, so...
But it was giving me that vibe the whole way through. And then right when, what's it called? I think when she showed up to the principal's office was when I really thought it was going to get to that point. She was really off. She was really, like, weird. And then when she showed up at their house, and then when she gets inside the kitchen, she's standing there. I low-key thought she was going to transform. I thought she was going to transform and she was just going to start killing them. But, you know, when I heard, bowl please, I went...
I laughed.
Oh no! And I saw the purse, and I was like, "That's a witch's purse." Like, if you've seen Hocus Pocus, y'all know what a witch's purse looks like. But right when she got the bowl, she goes into her purse. I went, "Oh no! How is she gonna do it?" But that's why I appreciated that scene so much. Even the cordyceps thing. I mean, we know through the movie, I knew they were being controlled, but I just wanted to know how.
Yeah.
That's why I loved everybody's different perspectives, because it kept on playing with the idea of like, oh, okay, they're being controlled, but how? And then they kept on hiding it until that point of view, and I was like, oh, finally. It felt like a grand, like, not finale, but grand, like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I retract my statement. You're 100% right. Yeah, that was very obvious, like, in the beginning, that they were controlled. So I think the cordyceps thing isn't that big of a deal.
Because instantly, I mean, we knew the kids, well, at first we thought they were just playing a game, and a weird stranger told them at 2:17 a.m., go outside and run like Naruto. But, like, right when, in, what's her name, Justine's point of view, when that door opens and the woman walks out with the scissors, I instantly knew, oh, they're being controlled. I just want to know how. That's what I've been asking the whole movie.
So I think you're right. I think for me, it was just like the entire thing of like, oh, okay, I know it's a host then. Like, I know it's one person that's doing this.
Oh, okay.
But no, I think you're actually right. So I retract my statement. That is no longer a gripe. I have no gripes with this movie. This movie's 100% perfect. 10 out of 10 film. Cancel the pod. We're done. But yeah, no, you're right. And I really appreciated, again, how simple that like movie was. And I freaking... Oh my gosh, I had the actress's name and I lost it. The lady playing Gladys,
Gladys? I think it was
is
Meg.
so damn good.
Meg.
She is, I think, personally, like the star of this movie. I don't think anyone gives a better performance than she does. Oh my gosh, where is it? This is so... Oh yes, Amy Madigan. Amy Madigan, oh my gosh. Freaking genius. Her performance is literally incredible because it's played to be so unsettling, but you almost feel bad because you see how like how desperate she is when she's on the floor weak and just can't move, and she's just like, Alex, help me up, like things like that. She's an awful person, but genuinely I think that performance was played with so much nuance, and I really appreciated that. Because it's easy to just be like, oh, she's straight villain, But I like that they try and like, I think it's important that you justify what a villain's doing. Always. And I think this movie did a good job of justifying it, even if like, she kind of kept doing it and it was obvious that this wasn't working. But it was like too far in for it to stop, so she keeps going,
I understand what you're saying with that part. I feel like I wish that they would have showed us her coming into the house, being super like, weak and everything, and being like, oh, like, because then I would have low-key felt bad. But I'm not gonna lie, we didn't get to know her until she took control of the parents.
Yeah.
And I instantly hated her. Instantly. Yeah. That's what took away the whole like, oh, I feel kind of bad, and now I understand why. Because instantly, right when you took that boy's parents away, and right when you made him suffer by looking at what you were doing to his parents, and I'm gonna talk about that stinking fork scene.
Yeah.
I instantly was like, I have no like feelings for you. I have no like empathy. I hope you die. Like, I hope you get killed.
And I think that's valid, but I don't think it takes away from her portraying the character in the way that she did. Mm-hmm. Where near the end, when she's like laying on the floor with all the candles and she can't get up, or when she's laying in the bed. Dude, I don't know why that scared me. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? I'm freaking this movie. Ugh. Or when she's laying in the bed and she's like, oh, so obviously a wig, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, that's a wig, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Like, that's a wig. And then when she, like, didn't have any, like, the hair on, I was like, oh, thank God. Like, it's not just a bad wig. It's a bad wig intentionally. Yeah, like, I think seeing her with no hair laying down in the bed, like, things like that. I think it's, like, little things where I'm just like, I like that you're trying to make me understand where this lady's coming from. Mm-hmm. Even if what she's doing is psychotic. I think it's still important that you understand. In the same way, like, this might sound crazy. I'm not comparing her to the Thanos. I'm just saying, like, Thanos, like, Thanos you understand what Thanos is trying to do and why he's trying to do it, and that makes him more interesting. Mm-hmm. He's not just doing it to do it. And I think this movie would have been one of those, like, you can easily just be like, oh, she's doing it because she's evil. But they didn't. Like, they actually, like, gave her, like, little moments to, like, shine and really understand why she's doing what she's doing, and I appreciated that.
I have a small theory. And this is why I think low-key she's just pure evil. I do not think that was the family's aunt. I don't think.
I actually saw this. I saw this theory today.
You saw that theory? I didn't see it. One of my friends pointed it out a little bit because they said, you know what'd be funny? If that really wasn't their aunt, and it wasn't their aunt. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she was like, well, they haven't seen her in like 15 years. And I was like, wait. And then I started theorizing, and I was like, what if she killed their aunt at the little witches, whatever thing they have, and took over her place.
Yeah, so I think it was like a body thing. Like they take her body.
Wait,
that's what I've heard.
That's what that.
So that was the theory that I read, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like it's kind of like a unique, because like she says something. I don't remember what the line was, so I won't even repeat the theory. But like I just thought it was a really interesting take. Like, oh, that's cool that we can have conversations about this, because I didn't pick up on that. Like that's really cool.
Well, it's only because too, I thought the way like we never got to see her really interact with the family that much. It was like we only saw that moment where like she grabbed the dad's arm when she was coming up into the house, but it was from afar, and it looked like she was trying to hide her face.
Yeah,
so I was kind of like, I don't know, something's off. And then the way she took over them, and we didn't get an explanation of why she took over them, I was like, well, I mean, if that's your like daughter or something, or like niece, why are you just so comfortable just taking over them, and you didn't really give an explanation? You were just like, oh, they're just resting. I kind of feel like that really is just a random person portraying their aunt.
Yeah.
Like, and then I don't know. I feel like I really do think that wasn't their aunt. I really do think.
Honestly, I kind of buy into that theory too. I think there's a strong chance.
It's just weird that we never got any interaction of just like, oh, like, I love you, niece. I haven't seen you in years. It was just like, oh, boom, took you over.
You know what little world detail I kind of liked early in the movie? Remember when Justine is buying at the store and she's buying soup, and she like looks and it's like what the heck? Where is everything? Like a lot of the soup is gone. She like grabs the can of soup and she's like, what the heck? Like where?
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Because and then obviously when you get to Alex's perspective, he's buying so much damn soup on a day. How? Okay,
that
small gripe.
That's cool.
How are you not? No one's like, yeah, this little kid keeps coming in every day buying multiple cans of soup constantly. How is no one picked up on anything?
Well, you know what? Maybe they were kind of pointing at that because, you know, the gas station attendant was kind of an a-hole. Like, bro.
I guess. And I think a lot of this movie is like a commentary on how like people don't get things done. Again, like the cops kind of not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like we'll find him eventually, you know? And I think that's why like they have those little breadcrumbs where it's like, oh, this is kind of like obvious. Like this kid's really going through something and no one wants to check up because it's like, well, we asked him every question we could and everything seems to be fine.
I was like, what?
Yeah, what do you mean? Like, but that was a really interesting world detail, which I really liked. Where like early in the movie, she literally goes and she's like, dude, where the frick is all the soup? And then later, obviously, you find out why.
I did not notice that.
Yeah.
That is.
I was confused why they like held so hard on the soup, and I was like, product placement? And then like it came up later, and I was like, oh no, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, watching it the second time and seeing, because I thought it was product placement with the Coke. They were just trying to hide Gladys and the father, the marks and everything at the beginning of the movie. I was like, wait, because when you see the Coke for the first time, you're like, are they sponsored by Coca-Cola? But when you watch it for the second time, you're like, oh, they were trying to hide the fact that that's not the mom and dad. That's Gladys and the father.
Yeah.
Possessed or taken over.
Yeah.
But that movie did a very good job on one, giving us the worst paranoia of all time. Like, I haven't been that paranoid in a movie.
Oh my gosh, dude. Like, gosh, dude. That's why I hate horror movies. I was literally just like freaking out. I'm still freaking out. Part of me is still just like has like the like things like the movie messed me up like up here where I'm just like, crap, dude. Like, I'm never letting an old lady in my house.
Yeah, but can we talk about the nightmares?
Yeah, I hated those. God. Can I be honest? Hot take. I freaking hated those scenes because they were so unnecessary. Hot take. But this is more me being a freaking loser and just like sure, yeah, they're necessary because this and that. Probably. I hated it. Like, it was like those are the only scenes in the movie that really scared me. And they freaking got me every single time. Oh, yeah. Where like when Josh Brolin is freaking walking around the house and I'm just like,
oh yeah, the whole time that was creepy.
It was again, that was what I was talking about in my review earlier. It's so drawn out, it's so damn long. I like when he gets up and he's like, what the heck? Like what?
No, that's the scene.
Oh, is that
I was talking to Tyler in the car and I was like, I was the only person the first time I watched it who laughed hella hard in my theater when that came up. And I was like, was that not funny? Like what?
My theater laughed after when he reacts like that.
When I watched it the second time, the whole theater erupted with me when they laughed. And I was like, thank God I'm not insane. It was actually funny.
Oh my gosh, dude, that freaking messed me up. I hated that so much.
When you have a nightmare like that. Like, that was a terrible nightmare. That was bad.
Yeah.
Like, and then right when that happened, I was like, it scared the crap out of me the first time. The second time I expected it, but still in my mind, I was like, that is a terrible nightmare. Like, that's
Yeah.
terrible.
Gosh. I kind of liked how this movie played into the whole, like, dread of losing your kid.
Yeah.
Again, like, what I said earlier about how this movie does such a great job of, like, really showing you little things to, like, get you, like, really into these characters. Archer's, like, when he shows up to his job and he, like, keeps messing up and he's, like, not, like, he's super all over the place. He's sleeping in his son's bed.
Yeah.
Things like that was, like, nice. That's really good. And his wife being, like, I'm heading to work and, like, not waiting for him to respond, just leaving. Good touch. What's Julia Gardner's character's name? You said
Justine.
Justine. When Justine, like, kind of delves back into her drinking problem and they, like, talk about how she's gotten, like, a DUI before and how she's, like, she's kind of a little, not crazy, but she's, like, she's reckless, I think is the best way I could put it, where she's, like, sleeping with people at her job and it's getting her fired and she's freaking, like, or even, like, the stuff with Paul, you know, when she's having sex with Paul and freaking ruins that relationship or whatever. Like, she very much doesn't care about people around her. Yeah, Donna.
What are you doing here?
That was good. I really like those little bits and pieces, but I think the moment this movie I was like, oh, this movie is freaking it, was with there's twice actually. One, it was when the perspective changed to Alex.
Oh,
because that kid killed that also.
Oh my god, and that was his first major role.
Good, dude. That kid's so talented. Didn't know that.
The next two movies he's gonna be in is Lanterns, along with another it was a superhero thing.
That kid has a bright future.
It's something.
That kid has a very bright future because he's very talented. Like, again, the character doesn't emote, or like he doesn't talk a whole lot, but he emotes a lot. So like things like him crying like slightly, or him like having like a few words and saying like, oh, like when he goes up to the like his aunt and he's like, do you want me to get you water? Like, do you want me to take you to the doctor? I was like, what are you doing? Like, this poor kid, you know, he's trying so hard.
Yep.
Stuff like that. I'm just like, wow, dude. Like, this movie is so damn good. But the scene that got the biggest reaction out of my theater, and probably got the biggest reaction out of me, is when Justine is sleeping in her car and the door opens and freaking the lady walks out and we're all just like, oh, like my theater. Dude, we were like, oh, and then like it goes quiet and you're like waiting. She gets there, she knocks and it doesn't go open. And you're like, all right, it's fine. And like she opens the back door, dude. The way my theater went, like everyone gasped, dude. Hell nah, bruh. Frick no, I'm good. Like I'm never sleeping in my car.
Yeah.
Why was it unlocked?
That scene, well, we all know why. The homeboy who was a crackhead who was going by checking all the cars. We all know why, because people are stupid. That's why people are stupid.
Did he? Oh yeah, they do. That's right. They do reference that later. Yeah,
like, gosh, man, people are stupid. But oh my gosh, that scene. The first time I watched it, it was a little quiet. Nobody really reacted. I was the only person who was like. But the second time I watched it, everybody's watching her come down. They're like, oh my gosh, she's gonna break the window. When she didn't break the window, she went around, and all you heard was that click. Everybody went, oh hell nah! Like the one dude in the theater, I was like, no, but everybody was freaking out when that came up. I thought she was gonna get stabbed in the neck.
I thought something was gonna happen. I hated that. Like, right, genuinely,
like her hair got cut. I was like,
that gave me so much anxiety. Like, and that's what this movie has, bro. I've never had that much anxiety watching a movie. Like, Sinners scared me. Like, Sinners had one jump scare that got me, but I was mostly just kind of like, oh, this movie's really intense. You know, like I'm sitting there, like I'm leaned in a little bit. This movie, genuinely, I was like, dude, I'm gonna freaking walk out. I'm just gonna leave. Like, I can't. Like, I'm gonna walk out. It's like in Nope, when the scene when the alien takes all the people, and I legit almost walked out of the theater. I was like, heck no. Like, I hate this. That was scary. This movie had that so many times. So I was just like, I'm gonna walk out. I'm just gonna leave. Like, I hate this movie. Like, I don't like this. I hate horror movies so much.
Oh, I do too.
I freaking hate horror movies.
Really like this movie.
I really like this movie.
Oh. We need to talk about the Paul and I forgot the Paul and the crack. I forgot his name. Paul and James perspective.
Oh yeah.
Their POVs.
James was awesome.
That Austin Abrams did a very good job of playing a crackhead.
Yeah.
But he also did the funniest job in the movie, and he was one of the most important parts of the movie.
Oh yeah, dude. I actually thought he was gonna save everyone.
I thought he was gonna die the first time he got in there.
Oh yeah, I did too.
I thought he was.
Dude, that pissed me off so much. When he hears something upstairs and he's just like, sick Willow. I was like, what the heck, bro? Get out, leave.
I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Oh
you
my.
heard that thump, and it wasn't even just like it was like a boom. I was like, nah, I'm good. I would have ran instantly. But first off, I would have known that there were people right there sitting on the couch. Like,
Yeah.
But still, it was like nice to see him actually act like a person just out of their mind, like cracked out. Like, I loved like that scene where he's trying to talk to like a family member, trying to get money from them. Clearly, he was trying to like.
I think it's his brother.
Words. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love that whole process, and then finally, when he opens up the door, finds that like the kid's iPad and stuff, and tries to pawn it off for some money, and he's even trying to just get any amount of money just to buy some more. I was like, but I just really thought he did a very good job in that movie. He was probably my second favorite person in that movie. Low-key acting-wise, because he did a very good job of acting.
Yeah, he was great.
Like, very good job. I was convinced that he was... Low-key, I was like, if I were to ever see him, I'm like, did you actually smoke some crack, my boy? Like,
yeah, the performances in this movie were freaking great.
Really good.
Yeah, he was, I like... Paul's perspective was really funny. Mm. The scene when he freaking knocks out James is so funny.
I was like, whoa.
I laughed. I'm not gonna lie, I did.
I understood.
But I like the commentary. I like that commentary a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, the fact that, like, that cop, like... Well, Paul just as a character like loses it so much. He's very impulsive, and that's what that shows. Where like he gave into drinking again, freaking cheats on his wife, and he freaking decks James. Even if James kind of did something dumb, but also when you stick your hands in someone's pockets, honestly, if I've learned anything, why would you go finger first? You know, you kind of like.
I was wondering about that.
Like, but it's because I think cops do it. They're so used to doing it, they do it fast, like naturally. So when he was just doing it fast and he pokes him, because sometimes that happens to me at work with the thermometer. I poke myself with it all the time because I'll like reach in my pocket and I'm like, ow, damn it. Like, why did I do that? I think that's kind of what happened. And he like freaks out. He's like tweaking in the car like, you don't have AIDS, right? He does that again later.
I would have been scared out of my mind, bro. There were 3 of those needles that went into him.
Yeah, that's so funny. But he's like, yeah, I don't know.
And then that scene where he's like, yeah, so, sir, are you going to take that $50,000 reward?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How do I know you're going to take it? And then when he's stuck in the car and he's like, dang it. Come on. Like, what the heck? Dude, why did he go alone? Why did he go alone? It's like the most freaking... Bad. We talk about this movie not having cliches. Nah. Like, you got a freaking report and you're like, yo, I'll go check it out myself. My gosh, dude. This movie would have been a different conversation if freaking multiple cops showed up.
Another thing. That is the only little boy who is alive, or that we know of, after that whole 17 kids go missing. Why do we not have a squad car outside of their house? Especially since the principal said it himself. He's got people, reporters, this and that, always coming up to him asking him questions. When he was talking to Justine, going like, why are you being so selfish? Like, that kid's going through some stuff. And yeah, Justine, that kid went through a lot. A lot. Shame on you.
Yeah.
For real. Shame on him.
I think they just did such a good job of hiding it. That's why.
Yeah.
Like,
but there should have been cops around that kid.
100%.
Really
yeah. Just to like protect him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, I want to talk a little bit more of the movie. I want to bring up just the ending of the movie really fast. And something I actually really appreciated from this movie. This movie was pretty funny. On purpose. Like, very necessary. Like, it needed some, like, what do you call that? It needed a little bit. Yes. It needed to be a little bit light, you know? Because when James keeps getting up and Josh Brolin keeps punching him and he's like, all right, there we go. And that was the funniest thing. I was laughing so hard. I was like, this is nice. Like, I like this, you know?
He kept coming out of nowhere.
Yeah. And then and Josh Brolin just freaking chucking him across the room.
3 times.
3 times. It was so good. But then the scene when all the kids are running.
That was the highlight of the movie.
Terrifying, but also holy crap. Like, it was so funny when they're like, all the kids are chasing the old lady and they're freaking like, and people are like, the guy's mowing his lawn. He's just like, all right. He's like, mowing the lawn. Or when they run through the family's house and they're like, Dale, look what he did to the yard. And they're like mad about their yard. And they're like, dude, freaking like a bunch of random kids just ran through your house.
And that's what you're worried about?
Dale, there's an old man in our house. What's going on? Like, stuff like that. I just thought that was so funny. But, dude, that scene with the lady, bro. Oh, my gosh.
Can we talk about the scene before that happened? The tracking shot of the little girl drained on her like a stinking missile.
That was sick. I freaking love that. Where she, like, cut her off.
Bro, I loved that shot so much because one, it showed exactly what that kid was, a weapon. Two, it showed it in she was like a missile, a heat-seeking missile. And three, the smarts of her like running through all that stuff. And it kind of reminded me of that shot from Aquaman when like that one henchman of the Ocean Master, whatever you want to say, was like running after them, and the camera was on that henchman. And even if he fell down and kept going straight through, the camera was still on that henchman. It reminded me so much of that scene because I love that shot. Like, I have questionable opinions about Aquaman, but that shot of like the henchman running and like the camera following wherever he went, I love it. So it reminded that kid running through everything, and then figuring out that the old woman's gonna go through the door, and she's like, "Man, screw that!
Yeah, faster way, glass."
I was like, "Am I watching the NFL right now?"
Yeah,
like,
literally.
She just out-routed her. She
Holy
went straight through the glass and was like, I was like, bro, that was sick. That was one of my favorites. That was my favorite shot of the movie.
But yeah, I appreciate that the movie understood how funny the concept is, but also was like the ending was still pretty scary. Even though they won, like it was a good ending, but the ending was very unsettling. Like it's like, yeah, they got the lady, but the kids aren't talking. Alex lost his parents. It's not really a happy ending. Some of the kids are talking again, but not really.
Oh man.
Alex is in a new home.
Yeah.
Like that sucked. Like that made me, I was like, damn, dude, poor kid. And I'm curious, like, I'm assuming like that experience just messed up the parents, so they're not talking. That would be my guess. I don't think it's because they think the parents had anything to do with it. I don't think so. I think it's very blatant. Like Alex could just explain to them what happened after, you know? But,
you know, one thing I am questioning though, because one thing I was thinking was maybe it's a life force thing. Maybe she took too much of the kids' and parents' life force at the time. And the parents were the first people she got control of. So I understand that point of view. But the one thing that messes me up a little bit is the little girl at the end when she was talking and going like, oh, like some of those kids are talking now. I was like, shouldn't they all be talking then? Because they all got taken over at the same time.
no, it's not that. It's a trauma thing.
Oh.
It's like, well, because like that's like a thing where like kids
feel like their life force was just taken.
No, it's like a thing where like when kids experience very traumatic things, like some kids just are mute.
Oh yeah.
Like they don't talk. So like they freaking tore open a freaking lady.
Bro.
So obviously they're not going to be talking, you know? And that's why it's like, okay, some of them are starting to talk again, but not really. Because like other kids like deal with their trauma better than others.
Yeah.
So that's why like I like that little like, okay, it's like could get better. But like I felt so bad for Alex thinking like, dude, that poor kid did everything he could to save his family and then just for his family to get ripped away from him. Like that sucks. Like that's so unfortunate of an ending.
That's why I hate Gladys, man. I don't want no sympathy for her, bro. Like from the jump, she was evil. From the jump. I don't care if she was lying on that floor. I would have been like, Alex better than me. I would have been like, you okay? She's like, Alex. I would have been gone. I would have been like, wait. But then again, her parents are there. But I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I like that they do a good job of justifying why Alex kind of helps her. I actually really like that.
I understand Alex.
Because it's not like, oh, this freaking stupid, annoying kid. He's so lame. Like, why would he do that? No, like, he's so justified. Yeah. And he's in like literally an impossible situation.
Trying to help his parents out.
And all those kids are so mean to him. Oh my gosh, I freaking hate bullies, bro. Those kids are so mean to him. When they're throwing the mental, you know what's funny though is like, this is like a weird thing to like. This movie did such a great job of portraying kids bullying each other.
Oh yeah.
Where like it wasn't like, stupid, ugly, and they're just like saying like cuss words at the kids. Like I feel like that's like you see that in a lot of like, or punching him and pushing him around. You know, it was like they threw a pencil at him and he tells them stop, and he's like, stop it. And he keeps mimicking him, and I'm like, dude, kid. Freaking shut up. Like you asked for it. But yeah, dude, that was rough. Like just again. Love the movie. Hard watch. We'll probably never watch again.
I'm not watching it again.
Yeah, I'll pass. 100%. I appreciate it. Hey, let's talk about this really fast. Horror movies are now at the forefront of creativity in Hollywood, and that's great because they're cheap to make.
Yep. So
that gives directors and writers to take so many more risks, and I think we need that, like as an industry. As someone who doesn't like horror movies at all, I will probably not watch a single one for the rest of the year. This was my fill. I'm good. I'll pass. Yeah. I'll stick to the more of like Sinners type horror.
Like thrillers?
Yeah, more thrillers. This movie is so damn good. And I think we need more of this, like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just important for Hollywood. You know, we need more creativity. We need more original things. We need to stop this AI slop or whatever we're trying to push. Like, oh, we can have AI write our movies or whatever. Like, I think we need to move away from that and instead, like, lower budgets and make more creative movies.